I've come to Manchester to meet the most talked about young English footballer in the game today. Despite his considerable talent though, he seems to take the blame for pretty much everything. Let's find out what Raheem Sterling is really like. Hi Gary. Hey, Raheem, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Okay? Nice to see you up here. You've been up here in the north so long now, you must feel like a northerner.
I know, been up here a couple of years now. Used to the weather.
Yeah, it's a grey day.
Always, every day.
Well, let's go inside then and have a chat. Raheem, you're probably just about the most experienced 21-year-old footballer on the planet. You seem to have been around for years. You enjoying this season a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I feel a lot more freedom. I feel like I can get on the ball a bit more, and as I get the ball, I feel like I can express myself by taking touches and trying to take players on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Has that come from Guardiola, or has he encouraged that more?
Yeah, because he's just really fluent with his style of play. He wants not just players through the midfield playing as well. He wants everyone getting involved, and when the wingers get it, he wants them to be direct and get crosses and try to score goals as well. And for me, that's a massive bonus, because probably I wasn't getting as much involved as I was last year with my dribbling and stuff. And one of the previous coach, I think it was not any to say anything negative or anything, but in training sometimes it was always 2 touches, and you kind of just get into that way of playing, and you kind of forget your identity, how to play really. Now I'm learning to mix it up as well, not just every single time go down a blind alley.
Now I just bumped into him, Pep. I had a little tour of this incredible facility that you've got at Manchester City, and he said to me, he's doing brilliantly. I'm really pleased with Raheem. He said, I said 1 or 2 things to him about his football, etc., etc. But I also said to him, try and stay off Instagram, try and stay off Twitter, and don't provoke people in that way. Yeah. Was that the case, and have you taken that advice on board?
Yeah, massively. It's really good when a football coach talks to you about football, but then when he actually shows that he wants you to do well and gives you little details and instances that it's happened to before in players that he's dealt with, and gives you a real eye-opener really. So for me it was just to get knuckled down and really kick on with my football, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I saw somewhere that you said in an interview somewhere that there are moments now in the box where I just slow down a little bit more than perhaps I used to do. I don't rush it so much. Is that true?
Because before I was probably moving at 150,000 miles an hour when I'm in the box. Like I get played through on goal, and I'm just speedy Gonzalez. Legs are moving fast. It's just to be getting that composure really, and I'm really starting to relax in the box a bit more.
Facilities here are something else, aren't they?
I know, top notch to be fair, especially youth team player playing here.
Yeah,
not bad.
I tell you what, the one thing I'm jealous of nowadays, compared with when I played, is the quality of the pitches. Have you ever seen any of the old footage of mud heaps?
Yeah,
They must see black and white most of it.
I've seen some of the games, and no, it looks.
Yeah, it's horrendous. You're spoiled. You're very lucky. You've had to contend with issues that, ordinary teenagers or young people in their, 20, 21-year-olds, very difficult things to cope with. A lot of criticism at times about whether it be your personal life or whether it be things on the football field. What was the most difficult time for you?
It was probably just before the Euros, actually.
Before the Euros?
Yeah, just like even the pre-warm-up games when you hear negative stuff before the tournament starting, and you're going away trying to represent your country and trying to do the best you can for your country, and probably not getting the support that any player needs, not just a young player or stuff like that. You just feel like sometimes it's a bit unnecessary.
I think it's one of the reasons that perhaps England don't do so well. There's so much sort of negative energy around.
Yeah, that's not my say, because I haven't been in the England setup for a long time. But from my experience, it's just a bit negative at times, and you just really want that support from the people watching at home, and some of the pundits as well. You just want to feel like you got the full support of your nation, really, so you can go out there and know that everyone's cheering you on, instead of having negative energy around the camp. And obviously, if you do bad, then of course you have to get the negative side of it. But I just feel like it's a bit negative before, during, and after. So. No win. Could
you try and explain what it feels like when you're on the receiving end of criticism or abuse?
Well, if it's something that you don't agree with, then I just block it out. But then at times when probably stuff ain't going well with football, or you ain't really on your top form, or stuff like that, then you probably do think about stuff a little bit more. But I've just made it clear to myself, like, now it's good, win, lose or draw. I'm not gonna read any of those newspapers, and the only thing that matters is doing the business on the pitch.
You had an interesting upbringing, didn't you? You came here at a very early age. Something terrible happened to your father. Of course, he was killed.
Yeah.
How important was that, your mother to you, and how? I mean, I know you bought a house and all this sort of stuff that everyone said was your house and all those sort of things. So you've had all sorts of kind of different issues.
Coming here at 5 years of age, she really made sure everything got looked after in that sense. It was her and her own at the time. So yeah, it's a massive credit to her, and to see where she's brought us from and what she's made of herself now, and it's just great to see. And yeah, every single thing I do each day in football and everything that I want to achieve is to make her smile and make her happy, and she's just been a massive bright light for me.
Yeah. And you've got children. There's always a debate about how many you've got.
Yeah, I've got 8 at the moment.
I've got 8?
No,
I'd only got down to 7.
No, I've got a daughter at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 4 years old.
4 years old. Yeah.
And Raheem Sterling will ask for a transfer when he meets with Liverpool manager Brendan Rodgers later this week.
Raheem Sterling wins Liverpool's Young Player of the Year, but is booed by some fans at the
Do you
event.
have a clear idea of where you want to be next season?
I just want to give it, kind of put it to the side, and as I said, just concentrate on my football.
This has been a long-running saga, hasn't it? And it's been clear for some time that there's been an issue between Raheem Sterling and Liverpool. Manchester City are very much at the front of the queue, I'm told.
The club has agreed a deal for Raheem to be transferred, and subject to medical, that will go through.
You had a tough time when you left Liverpool. Why did you feel at that stage of your career it was the right time to move? Because you were still relatively young.
I've never ever mentioned this to anyone. But I will never forget me and my agent when I was on my way to Liverpool, actually, on the train. At that time I was 15 years of age, and we were having a conversation. We were already talking about what we'd like to do after Liverpool if things don't turn out how it was going to go. And I just said, well, this is a massive club, it's a massive opportunity for me now. I remember saying to him, by the time I'm 22, if I haven't won anything at that time, if I'm not playing in the biggest competitions, I really need to assess my options. And you want to make sure you're at that, playing at the highest level and playing at the best level. Liverpool's a great team. I've never said they wasn't. It was just at the time I thought it was a great opportunity to come here, work with some of the best players in the world. Not saying that there's not some great players at Liverpool, because there are, but I just thought at that moment in time it was for me, for my development, where I wanted to be. Playing in Champions League, playing against some of the biggest teams in the world, playing against Barcelona. For me, that's a massive game to be involved in for myself.
Any regrets from not necessarily leaving Liverpool, because you made it clear that you wanted to come here, but the way it was all handled and the way it kind of gradually dripped out into the media?
Yeah, to be fair, if one thing I could change, it was just that situation. Like, it didn't need to get to that point.
Did it get you down when it was happening?
Not really get me down, but it was just sad to see it happening like that, because I've always loved Liverpool. I think it was a massive team and a great team that helped my development. They had no real big issues there at all with the fans or anything like that, so it wasn't really the way I would have liked to have went, but it's happened and we just got to move on.
In terms of what you want to achieve in football, how driven are you?
Oh yeah, very driven. Sometimes I don't say too much, because obviously then it comes back to bite you, because that's the world we live in now. But yeah, I've got dreams and that I really want to fulfill, and the faith I've got, I'm looking to achieve those dreams.
What are those dreams?
Winning Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, and hopefully winning something with the country as well.
Okay, Raheem, thank you.
Thank
Wish
you
you
very
well.
much. Yeah. Always said, like, you're my main, the one on TV, the guy that I always like. Yeah, he's got him and Gaz Neville, no problem.